Hey guys, welcome back to Littlefoot Ranch, and if you're new here, welcome. I am Rebecca, and today we're going to be planting some seeds. If I don't drop them all over the dang on ground first. Seeds. 1 second. The ones that I just keep dropping. Oh my gosh, it's been a day, folks. But anyway, friends, I was outside planting, and I've been planting the galvanized beds. Yes, I took the plastic cover off from solarizing them. Please don't be upset. There is a reason why, and I'll get to that. But I am going to be filming when I reveal the other beds that are being solarized. I've been planting all day. I put some very sad looking seedlings in the ground. I kind of left them in the direct heat the last few days. Only watered them like once, and then they got really eaten back by pests. They were just on the porch, and clearly that was not a good place for them. So I went ahead and put them in the ground because after everything's planted, I can put some insect netting over them and give them a chance to grow back. And because our days are in like the high 70s, low 80s, and our nights are in the 60s and in the high 50s, it is the perfect time to plant none other than one of my favorite crops to grow, carrots. Now we're going to be planting a few other things too. Some that I've never grown before, one of which I've never grown before. I've never grown before is this one right here. And it's supposed to be extremely frost hardy, and it's supposed to be similar to spinach. And look how beautiful it is. Like, look at that gorgeous purple color. I am so jazzed about this because who doesn't love some color in the fall? So let's get to, I'll put these seeds down, I'll get a tripod out, and we'll get to planting, guys. Okay guys, so these are the plants that I planted, and y'all probably are thinking I planted these really close together, but like I was saying, some really tiny seedlings that just got bit by pests, some sort of bug, probably a grasshopper, maybe a slug, I don't know. The little sad kale seedling over there, the lettuce. These are all cabbage, but except that one's kale. And some teeny tiny little sad baby lettuces. More kale. They'll grow though. I'm not too worried. They'll bounce back. And then that's where we're going to plant the carrots. Tips about growing carrots. I know, like, for some people, it's like the bane of their existence. I've always had fairly good luck with carrots. And I don't overthink it. Basically, I make sure the soil is loose and very well draining. And I keep the soil moist for the whole time that they're through germination. And if it's in hotter weather, I'll even like cover them with a board, which you'll see. I'm going to cover them with a board. And I just make sure that I plant them really, really thick. I mean, I'll plant them really thick. And then sometimes I'll go back and thin out. But a lot of times I don't need to. I mean, now if you're really wanting like uniformed carrots, like all really big carrots, really uniform, then I would recommend that you pay closer attention and take the time to space them out evenly, or maybe thin them out if you plant them thick. I just don't have time for that, and I don't mind all the different sizes of carrots, so it doesn't bother me. But if it's too thick, I will thin a few out, but typically I don't thin a whole lot out because I don't mind the different size of carrots. But like, if that matters to you, then go back and thin them out, or just take the time. Really all there is to growing carrots. And another thing is the seed. Carrot seeds don't stay they don't stay viable for more than like a year or two. So you just want to make sure you have fresh seed, and you keep the soil moist and well draining loose soil for them to grow all the way down in. And that's pretty much all there is to growing carrots. You can sort of see I already drew small lines, and no, this is not a big area, but every 2 weeks I grow carrots. Like every 2 or 3 weeks I am planting. One of my favorite things about living in East Texas is I can grow carrots for the most part year round. I had a hard time growing them in the heat of summer this past year because I didn't really have anything in place for some shade or anything yet. But for the most part, I can grow them year round, which, is hallelujah, because who doesn't love fresh, like, root crop veggies year round? Well, the majority of the year. So every few weeks, I just succession plant. And that way I have a continuous source of fresh carrots the majority of the year. I did it this last year, and it worked out beautifully. I was harvesting carrots all the way up until like July. So, and then I didn't really harvest any through like July and August, in September. So we took a break, and now I have some other carrots. I'll show you guys how those are doing before I end the video. And now it's been about 3 weeks since I planted those. So we are going to go ahead and get the next succession planting going. Okay guys, so these are we're going to be planting today. the rainbow carrot seeds from Dollar Seed. I actually had these growing in the other bed, and one of the things I love about these is my friend Lynn pointed out from My Little Rural Homestead. If y'all don't know her, go check her out. She does a lot of really awesome different baking and haul videos in like Dollar Tree and grocery. Anyway, she pointed out to me, like, I didn't even think about to mention this in the last video, but they're nice and resealable, and you can always lose seeds out of other packages. So it's another thing I like about this company using this type of packaging, aside from them being waterproof, is that they're resealable. So let's get started, guys. Like I said, I'm going to plant them pretty thick, so I'm just going to take some and put a bunch in my hand. Put this under my little shovel so they don't fly away. I don't know if it's focusing, but you guys can see how little carrot seeds are. I'm going to take them and sprinkle them heavily all throughout the little lines, little rows. Okay guys, can you see the seed? I don't know if you guys can see, the rows are not very deep, and then the seeds are down in there. So now I'm just gonna lightly cover the rows and then water everything in. That's all there is to it. Now let's water these bad boys in. Very gentle overhead watering. But that's all there is to growing carrots, guys. You just got to make sure you have loose draining soil, you keep the soil moist, and you have good viable seeds, and you keep the seeds covered and the soil moist. A lot of folks use and swear by fertilizer. I've been growing carrots for years, and believe it or not, I have never fertilized them, never. I just always make sure my soil is good. Even in these galvanized beds, I'm still going to just not fertilize them. I just plant the seeds and let them go. If you feel the need to fertilize, by all means do it. I personally just don't feel, I've never needed to fertilize my carrots. So that being said, now let's get for the turnips and the parsnips and the purple orca, I'm just going to kind of place randomly and direct sow them throughout the beds, kind of in between the crops and whatnot, and just kind of hope for the best. So let's get going. Oh, first, let me go grab that board and cover the carrots with the board real quick. Here's my board. And here's the other carrots that I planted a few weeks ago. Don't they look amazing? I'm very excited about the carrots. And some turnip greens and some three different types of beets, actually. Excited about the turnips, even if they are getting some pest damage. There's quite a few that look good. 3 different types of beets and my carrots. Very excited. Take the board. Guys, all I did was I placed the board directly down on top of the carrots. It helped keeps the soil moist and everything like that to give them a better head start. Take this little dibbler here and just put some holes randomly, and then come back through with the seeds and plant the seeds. First up, turnips. Alright, next up, parsnips. Hopefully you guys are seeing all this. I can't see anything. So with the parsnips, I just drew one little row down the center. And I'm going to just plant them kind of thick because I really want to show germination, and parsnips seem to be very difficult. Okay, now some of this stuff. I'm super excited about this. Well, I don't know how much of that got recorded because I guess it's still a little bit, even though it's still nice and cool out, it's not nice and cool out for technology. The phone got too hot and it shut off while recording at some point. So I don't know how much you guys got, but everything is planted and I'm super excited to try everything, the parsnips and the purple orc, or however it is that we say that. But it's supposed to be similar to spinach and easier to grow. So hey, that's a plus. Fingers crossed that the really pitiful seedlings bounce back. I think they will. But now I'm just gonna give everything one more water, and then I'm gonna go recruit some help to get the insect netting on, and that'll be that. Okay guys, so Dylan and I covered it with the insect netting. Ideally, I would have had some PVC piping and create like a little hoop house type thing, but I didn't have any PVC piping, so I just piled up some stones and like trying to keep it off the plants as best that I can. Hopefully at least enough to give them have some PVC piping if I had some to create little hoop houses. But this is lightweight enough to where it shouldn't really bother the plants, and you use what you got. So I got some stones to try to keep it up, and that's what I have. So yeah, well guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't think I did. With the carrots, I only planted them about 1/4 of an inch deep. I did not plant them very deep. So just in case I didn't mention that earlier on in the video when we were planting them, now you know. About 1/4 inch deep. Keep the soil moist and loose and drain. Keep it wet. You'll be good. All right guys, well until next time, take care and have a beautiful, fantastic day. Bye.